The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
When was the last time you had really good Texas-style barbecue? Eric's Family Barbecue, the way it's supposed to taste. Always delicious, never rushed, and prepared to perfection. Eric's Family Barbecue uses only 100% fresh meat, slowly smoked over mesquite wood until it's juicy and delicious. We all know their brisket is the best, but have you tried their pulled pork ribs, or rib tips? Amazing, and their sides are all house-made. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip. You won't be sorry. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more information.
You thought that was funny.
Holmberg's Morning Sickness.
You were laughing like a hyena when he said it.
98.
What the hell is wrong with you?
KUPD.
It's time now for Brady to entertain us all. Oh, I don't have your music ready, Brady. There it is. Brady's Entertainment Drill is brought to you by my friends at reactdefense.com, the home of tactical black self-defense training. And, of course, a place where you can get all sorts of seminars involved as well. I told you guys that with my recent hip injury, it's tougher for me to do the balancing, things like that. So they've already worked out a program for me. I talked to Jay the other day. He said, what are you going to do? What do you be capable of? I'm like, we'll see, but I know the kicking's out for a little while, and the standing is not real stable. So we might. And he goes, all right, we'll do. I've got a whole thing about carjacking, and the other thing was sitting across a table from somebody that's got like a gun on you. And they do disarming things like that. There's tons of ways, like it's like you're a bank teller or something, how you can do that stuff, and it's unreal. So we're going to work on all that stuff without injuring me because they're smart enough to know, all right, the guy's got a little leg issue, let's work on some other stuff. What do you got, Larry?
Do they do like airport scenarios?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, they got all sorts of that stuff.
They have the full airplane still,
They got the airplane.
Oh, really?
They built a plane, and like a real airplane.
Wow.
The seats and stuff are from the plane. They do airplane scenarios. You fight on the plane. You do all sorts
of stuff in the airport as well.
Have you ever seen the video of me getting held hostage from behind in that? And then it
that
teaches you how
plane?
to. That was in the plane.
Nice.
Crazy. Yeah, it's pretty great. They got all sorts of stuff out there. It's exciting, gets you in great shape, and it also teaches you all sorts of things. And every scenario you can imagine, they've got an answer for it. It's incredible. And right now, I don't have the Nike defense where you just turn and run. I ain't got that. I was thinking about it yesterday walking in a crowd.
You got to turn and hobble.
I was worried about getting bumped into at the Suns game yesterday. And I'm like, this is no good. I am a sitting duck right now. But I did have it in the back of my head. I'm like, well, I got a few things I know I could do right now in this position if things got wonky. You don't want to think about it. More than likely, it's not going to happen. But if it did, what would you do? And you got to think, I could fight my way out of this. Really? You'd be surprised. Because when you go in there, you see people who think they can fight, and then they put them in scenarios, and the next thing you know, you get knocked around by somebody who can really fight. Like, uh-oh, this is the thing. They just teach you the basics, little stuff. It's easy. And you get out there and get in great shape. Put some tools in your toolbox you didn't know you had. Turn you into a sheepdog and take you right out of that sheep category. It's simple stuff. They can put it right in your head immediately. Get on it, reactdefense.com. Go there once, and I bet you guys keep going back. Phoenix, Glendale, and Chandler. You can check out their store, too, which has some really cool stuff right now. TacticalBlackVault.com. Brady, entertain me.
Here's some fun facts about your favorite horror movie.
Horror movie or horror movie?
Horror.
Okay.
The Exorcist was the first horror movie to be nominated for the Best Picture, an Oscar in 1974.
Yeah. I still am blown away at the stories about how The Exorcist made people pass out, throw up.
Yeah, crying, screaming, running out of this theater.
Screaming and running out. That's they had to stop one in like New York somewhere because too many people were flipping out in the theater.
It's a real possession on the screen.
If you think about 1972 or whenever that came out.
74.
74, whatever. Nothing like that had ever been on a screen. And then you go back 40 short years to when, theaters started to pop up.
I guess the only other freakier one was Rosemary's Baby, and that was right.
It wasn't as – people were losing it at that one, but not like The Exorcist. 40, 50 years prior to that, which, by the way, this is 50 years ago now, so the same time has elapsed from Exorcist to today that had elapsed from The Exorcist to the first movies on screen, that people were so stupid when the images were projected up onto a side of a building, they thought giants were coming out of the building. So they had to stop the thing and tell everybody, hey, it's this new invention we've got. It's
the moving picture.
Yeah, the moving picture. What are they going to come out of those buildings? They're gray. Everybody's gray. It was a color they didn't know. You got to think they'd never seen black and white before.
Too.
So it was a new world that, like, they just opened a portal in the 20s when they did this to people. Say, hey, watch this. Go look at that wall over there. I was like, sure, why wouldn't we?
Well, go back and watch like the first Toy Story or Monsters Inc. That was revolutionary. Like like, this looks real.
Yeah.
You watch it now, you're like, wow, that's bad.
You're fooled. King Kong was too scary for people, the original one with Fay Wray. And then you look at it now and it's like,
but The Exorcist, based on a true story, helped it. Just like Blair Witch, when that first came out, the rumors of that happened.
Is that what they say? Exorcist was based in a true story?
Yeah.
Didn't they? I thought Amityville Horror was. I didn't know Exorcist was.
Another one.
Yeah. Amityville, that's garbage. It's not.
Stanley Kubrick allegedly typed out all 500 of the all work, no play, makes Jack a dull boy pages for The Shining.
That seems sane.
Can you think the copy-paste thing would have come in handy back then? Boy, that has to piss him off. He has to still think of that day of typing. Because if you remember,
this one.
It's all in different shapes, too. Like the hourglass all Jack note. It's one page is covered. Yeah. He did all sorts of like slants. And
I think you told me this one. Psycho is the first American film to show a toilet on screen.
Yep.
And the first time you can hear a toilet flushing. Yeah. Steven Spielberg was convinced that his DVD copy of Paranormal Activity was haunted because his bedroom door locked by itself.
Ooh.
The iconic
I swear, honey,
Buffalo...
it's not my fault. It locks on its own.
It does its own thing. I don't know why it keeps doing it. I'm not doing anything bad in there. Ooh.
The Buffalo Bill dance in Silence of the Lambs was not originally in the script, but Ted Levine, who played Buffalo Bill, insisted on including it to help explain the character.
The Tuck It dance?
The Tuck It dance. He didn't want that thing anymore. He was in the girl suit.
I didn't know.
God, I don't know. Did you see that in the theaters when it came? You were too young.
Yeah, no.
I will never forget the audience reaction to. I mean, talk about reactions in an audience when he.
It just got freaky.
His face is right there, real close to the screen because you don't know what he's doing, and he's bent down. And then he does the walk back,
the shimmy back. Yeah.
And I remember a guy in the what the f is this? And then everybody goes, oh. And my buddy Joe Roget was next to me, and he goes, I don't like this.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, he didn't like the movie anymore. I don't know.
We should leave. I feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. I've done that before. Way before Silence of the Lambs. Tucked to see what it would look like if I was a chick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The shark.
Oh, yeah.
Who hasn't tucked?
Brady threw that up.
Who hasn't tucked?
That was a little more cavalier from you than I ever expected it to be.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I've tucked dicks. See what I look like if I had a poos?
How'd it look?
Nice.
Would you, as James Gunn would say, F you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Would you?
Yeah.
I found myself unattractive in that area with a vagina. I was completely turned off by the entire prospect.
You're like, if you're unattractive with one, you're still unattractive without one.
Yeah,
What the hell?
if I'm to transition, I'm going to be uglier. I didn't think that was a thing, but it is.
The shark in Jaws doesn't appear until an hour and 21 minutes into the movie.
Because it was broken.
Yeah,
but it made the movie better. Mm-hmm. That's what made that movie so menacing is you never see it till the end.
Which makes it so, is Steven Spielberg a genius or just got goofy lucky with that one? Because he didn't intend on that. That wasn't his intention to make it more suspenseful. His shark broke.
They needed that one big scene that when it comes up on the boat and Quint goes into the jaws part of it.
And you watch that now.
Hopefully that has to work.
Big foam rubber thing.
But and it
looks like a Muppets.
Yeah.
Definitely.
A Muppet ate Robert Quinn.
The last one, The Blob, is based on supposedly a real incident that happened in 1950 in Philadelphia. Police officers came across a purple jelly-like mass that they saw fall from the sky, but then it vanished.
Ooh.
Even the FBI were involved, and a press conference was held.
No kidding.
I thought it was based off that maple
syrup.
The syrup flood.
What I like to call the sappening. Yeah, it was not. That did not fall from the sky. That was just idiot Bostonians that can't outrun
just slowly leaked out.
Oh, my God, run! Why? We could walk. True. And then it catches them, drowns them.
We shouldn't have talked too long.
Tommy, get out of the way!
Tommy, run! Syrup! What? Syrup! What?
This sucks wicked hard.
Yeah. Syrup! Yeah, many died, thousands injured in the great syrup flood of 1910 or something in Boston. They've got plaques up. Only a city as dumb as Boston. Only Bostonians drown in fast-moving syrup.
Piping hot.
All right. That had nothing to do with it.
He's quantifying. He's like, well, it wasn't hot.
Piping up syrup will actually walk towards that.
Yeah.
That smell.
It attracted.
It had to be.
What's that smell?
It had to be the best-smelling tragedy in the history of tragedies. Oh, that's just maple. Just
with a hint body in there.
Oh, and eventually you get some meat in it.
Have a little bacon smell.
Some sausage, a little bacon in there. Yeah. And the big syrup container blew up. It got too hot and then flooded the city. It's the dumbest story in American history. Outside of that riverboat accident when they put 1,400 people on a boat that holds 127 to commute them in before the storms came. And imagine what happened next. It's the largest maritime disaster in American history. It's on the Mississippi River.
Terrell Pryor's in trouble. He got arrested for allegedly slapping his girlfriend and then...
Slut slap.
What was that?
What's a slut
Kind of.
slap?
They got into an argument.
Oh. Well, he learned that from
Slapped
his coach,
her,
Urban Meyer.
And as she's driving away, he's throwing pumpkins at her car.
How'd he do that?
Damaged the windshield. I guess it's it.
Isn't that one of Spider-Man's bad guys that chucks pumpkins at people?
Exploding pumpkins.
There's a couple at the place. Took him off the doorstep.
Chuck pumpkins at a woman?
Yeah.
That's slower than someone running from... Hold on, you stand right there. I'll be right back. I go over this porch here, grab a pumpkin, and hit you with it.
And isn't it a little early for pumpkins to be out? It'll be rotten before Halloween.
But not
in the Midwest.
They stay
much.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cold.
Cooler.
The other thing was he also texted her 50 times and called 30. No answer, so.
And the pumpkin incident.
T. Pry was upset.
Chucking pumpkins at somebody.
Yeah.
I'd accept your 50 texts and a little bit of a nuisance on the old
just respond.
Socials. Yes, just say stop it. It'd be nice enough to stop it. You ghost 80 texts in a day, it's your fault.
At least you know the number, though. Just don't go over that 80. You'll get pumpkins thrown at you.
Oh, nuts. I better respond or you will not like what the gourds will fly. Terrell, he's still got a good arm. That's good news.
Yeah.
Throwing pumpkins ain't easy, especially at a person. I think I would stand in a parking lot while you tried to throw pumpkins at me and feel pretty secure.
She was protected by the gourds.
But you have to go.
Wait, but were they the little ones or full size? Because you could get those softball size ones. You could whip those things.
But still, you have to go to that door, and then you're out of pumpkins. And then you got to go to, if you're throwing multiple pumpkins, you had to go next door too. So he's still fast. Terrell Pryor is very fast. So
spiked one on the windshield.
This is a good story too, Brady. I just got this one. They found another body in the forest. They found Gabby Petito. They're just now releasing that a guy named Robert Lowry was found dead in an area close to where they found Gabby Petito. They're saying it was suicide. But why not just tack it on to this laundry guy?
Yeah.
Load it up. I see it. And here's how sad it is to be a Pittsburgh Pirates fan.
What a transition.
Yeah.
What a transition.
Here's how he was described as a missing man. Lowry was on the Black Canyon Trail wearing a black baseball cap with a gold P on it and carrying a duffel bag that said the word Nike. Not enough to just say he was in a Pirates hat. People might not know. It's a black hat with a P on it, a gold P. Come on.
There is another option.
Don't say some college.
Purdue.
Nobody cares about college. Hey, that looks like a Purdue
Pirates hat. I'm looking at a picture of the guy. They put he's in a black hat with a P on it, and then something called a
suicide.
Nike
He died. 28 gunshot wounds.
Tag it on to laundry. Person of interest was in the area. They found Gabby like a few days after they found this guy, or was it the other way? I don't remember.
She was up first.
They found her on September 19th, and then he was on the 28th. So laundry did it. Let's load up all these unsolved crimes on this guy.
Get him, dog.
Suicide. Well, he's a Pirates fan. I can see why. We're out of here. Let's get this. Larry's coming up next. And also a special thanks to Ranch House. The
Ranch House Grill.
Yeah, they brought us breakfast yesterday, and we have been
corned beef hash with the
really
southwestern or the Southwest green chili.
Oh, baby. Yeah, it was good stuff. So thanks to them for bringing us breakfast yesterday. We didn't mention it. We put it on our Facebook, and our mouths were too full to say it enough, but it was amazing. Great breakfast, and I'm sure their lunches are even better. Hopefully we'll find that out, too. Thank you, Ranch House. We're all done. Larry's coming up next. You guys have yourselves a great day. We'll see you tomorrow right here in the Morning Sickness. So long!
Arizona's most powerful rock radio station.
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.